Okay, here we are on our fourth week in Nicaragua, in San Juan del Sur, leaving this hostel which we spent a night at. It was clean, but that's about all I can say for that. And then down the street you can see the house where we ate a full meal for about $5 for both of us. And all the neighbors stopped by. That was pretty cool. We're a little surprised because San Juan del Sur is not what I would call a tourist paradise. It's kind of looks like any other town in Nicaragua, other than it has a bunch of overpriced restaurants.
The streets aren't as clean as.
And it's actually dirtier than Granada by a long shot. I'm told that basically these people are paid to clean the streets. Apparently there aren't as many of them as in Granada.
Bye.
Bye! So as you can see, everybody's super friendly. Yesterday we bought ice cream from someone's house and food from someone's house, so we didn't have to pay tourist prices.
It was good.
And it was all very good. Homemade ice cream. In these little plastic bags. They put them in these little plastic bags, which is a little weird, but it works. Here's the bay we swam at yesterday. Super low waves. Looks like I already have people in the water. And the water is super friendly. We were a little scared at first because I'm kind of paranoid of the ocean, but it was actually really nice to swim in, and the water is nice and warm. And I didn't see the starving street dogs or the starving horses like we have in Granada, which was a relief. And I guess the tourist industry that has an effect on the way people look at animals here, which is great. So we're headed over to the bus station. We took a collective taxi yesterday for $15, and then I gave in another $5 for driving around for half an hour looking for our place. But I don't feel like we need that. You see there's quite a lot of garbage here along the beach. Yesterday we had all kinds of conversations with people. Somebody showed us the caracoles, or whatever they are, underneath the sand. Those little creatures that breathe underneath the sand. And what else? Did we have any other conversations with people? I don't think we were talking to people left and right like usual. Everybody's super friendly here. No problems at all. No worries about security. Just that it's kind of tiring because you're in, traveling is kind of tiring when you're traveling by bus. Our dogs would be really happy here because there are no leash laws, which is good and bad. Here's the Christ statue, kind of like Rio de Janeiro, but not quite as grand.
Tired doggies. Hope they have collars.
Well, they're just hanging out. It's a day at the park with two doggy friends. This is the real San Juan del Sur, biggest tourist area in Nicaragua, and I am not that impressed. But
Turn left.
It's a pretty comfortable place to be, especially if you don't speak any Spanish. Just a lot more expensive than the rest of Nicaragua. Normal, like the prices are American prices. Okay, so this is the bus. You can see it at the front, it says rivas. That's how we know where we're going. And there really is no system. There are no timetables. There's nothing online. There's no identification for buses. So you just have to figure it out by word of mouth and by asking people. It's not for the faint of heart. And I love this. It says, Jesus guía mi camino, which means Jesus guides my road. Okay, we found the bus, and it was super easy compared to finding it in Granada, which was like the most amazing cultural experience ever. You want to talk about what happened yesterday, Cole?
Nope.
Come on. It was a really long day.
We walked around for a long time.
So we didn't take a taxi from our hotel in Granada, which was a huge mistake since it's only like $1 to take a taxi, and they would have taken us to where we needed to go. But instead, we did what?
We walked around and asked people.
Yeah, we had a lot of experiences, didn't we? We saw sort of we saw the real marketplace in Granada, which we had not been to. We accidentally saw the real marketplace, which was crazy noise and disorder.
Yeah.
But we got to go back to that because that was exciting. And what else? What else happened?
We went to a different bus place.
Mm-hmm. The wrong one.
Wrong one. And then we went to a shopping place that was just stuck in the little corner somewhere.
That was the Mercado. That was Granada's Mercado.
Their only Mercado.
So this whole time I thought I was going to the Mercado. I wasn't going to the Mercado. I was going to a side street of the Mercado.
Yeah, so first we got to go to the Mercado. It was like in the middle of the market.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, the bus stop wasn't there because our teacher showed us it was there. It wasn't there. So we went down some side streets, and eventually we found it.
It was like, but what happened, I thought I needed exact change, so I spent the whole morning trying to get exact change from
Someone stole it.
various people. I don't think he stole it. I think he would have come back eventually. But what happened is I thought I needed to change, so I gave him a large bill, and he went. And I stood there in the store and waited for him to come back, and it was taking too long, and we needed to catch the bus. So we ended up using a random stranger's bathroom in exchange for about $6, because I'm probably never going to go back and get my money. And we got a bunch of, what do they call them?
Drinks.
Refrescos, which is like tea that they make here. So for
Lemonade, mango, different drinks.
so
Lemonade that we had mango, we had whatever that other stuff was.
I can't remember. I still don't know what it is, but I really like it. Anyway, we got this plastic bag full of all these drinks because they put their drinks in little plastic bags. And so it was perfect for our trip because it kept us cool the entire trip because it had ice. And we got some chicle, and then we were on the bus. But it was like an hour-long journey just to figure out where the bus takes off because all of the directions that we got were wrong.
Longer than that.
That's what I learned. Since there's no addresses here,
No one really knows where everything
no,
is.
well, they do, but they only know where it is in relationship to something else. So if you want to find something, it's only in relationship to something else, but it could be like a block or two away from that place, which means you have to kind of wander around and get directions wherever you go. So don't be in a hurry, but on the other hand, you get to practice your Spanish. Or I do, because I'm doing it all. One of these days, Cole is going to be forced to do it. I'm giving him one more week, and then he's going to have to start asking questions. One more week of Spanish lessons. You have anything you want to say, Cole?
No.
Other than... What else happened yesterday?
We went in the water.
We went in the water. But what happened before that, after we were on the bus?
We got in a taxi.
Where was that?
In a town somewhere.
Rivas. The buses all go to Rivas. That's the main place. It's also a giant, messy, dirty market.
Big.
And after seeing it, I am going to take a chickenbus right through it because I don't think that we need more experiences there.
Yeah. And then we almost got ran over like a million times because there's like buses and then another bus, and then there's traffic in front of that bus.
It's crazy. It's a crazy... Rivas is a crazy place.
And then you have to run, and like there was like... The good thing is they had a speed bump downwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that I couldn't cross without that. Because there was like a motorcycle there, and then they had to stop because there was a bump.
Yeah. So at the end of this video, we're going to have a video of the inside of one of these buses. That experience, and also the Rivas bus station, which is also the main market. One thing I will say about San Juan is that it is much less likely to get run over here, and it's a lot easier to find things here.
Yeah, it's very
because it's smaller.
It's
Yeah.
empty.
It is empty. I've been hearing from all the real estate agents how real estate is booming here, and I don't see that at all. There were only two other people in our hotel, and they were backpackers in one of the hostel rooms. I do see a lot of backpackers, but I don't see any, tourists paying for hotel rooms. That's not common. They're pretty empty. Okay, here we are on the bus from San Juan del Sur to Rivas. And the bus stop is in front of this store, which is really important if you're trying to get here because there are no road names, at least not visibly, and there are no address numbers like everywhere else in Central America. And these are the one that we were just on was an old school bus. This is not an old school bus. Well, I don't think it is. Or maybe they actually added some things because the last bus we were on, everything was in the US, and it was, or I should say, everything was in English, and it was like old school bus rules from the 1990s. I should also add that the drivers for the buses sound like hecklers. Rivas.